straights, testing corners, a real challenge.
A very quick circuit this, and there's no room for error at all. Fortunately we got pole yesterday, so I'm quite pleased about that, and I think that's quite important here. Apparently we was clocked at 156 miles an hour coming back down from the Halfords roundabout yesterday, so, and it's a dead stop at the end, so it's a little bit awe-inspiring, I can tell you.
Well, we've just got to drive defensively, carefully, really. I mean, I don't think we're going to be on the limit all the time. We've just got to save a little bit back so as not to, to make a mistake that's going to put us out, because you've only got to just graze one of these barriers with the front wheel and the car's damaged. You'd be in the pits for a new wheel or something like that. The race is lost.
The cars are shaving the barriers, and every time you don't hit one you think, well, I'll go quicker next time, but we're all getting very close. Should be interesting.
It's a bit like racing down a corrugated iron tunnel. That's the only way I can describe it. The vibration is so great you can't read the instruments. You never know what revs you're pulling or anything. You just go by the engine note, and it's very difficult to see the corners because the Armco barrier runs on beyond the corner, and so you're looking for a turn-in point on that corner. And so the geography is all very different to a normal racetrack. But it's a challenge, and I think, there's as many different challenges as possible. This place is certainly a challenge.
At Brands Hatch last weekend, we saw Andy Rouse level the score with Robb Gravetts, 4 wins apiece. This is a very different circuit, but it's the same two setting the pace. Gravetts on pole, Rouse alongside, the Labatt's team, Harvey and Bristow, on the second row. 11 Class A Ford Sierras head the field, Chris Hodgetts making a return in the Brooklyn Sierra on the third row with Sean Walker, Guy Edwards and Mike Newman on row 4. The championship leader from Class B, James Weaver, he's on the 6th row and out to protect his 2-point lead over John Cleland in the overall championship. Murray Walker, the commentator.
It's the Monaco of the Midlands here at Birmingham, an anti-clockwise lap, 2.47 miles of very bumpy city streets, speeds of up to 160 miles an hour, and nowhere to go if you get it wrong. So the front row of the rolling grid is the place to be at the start, and that's where Andy Rouse on the left and Robb Gravetts are. Into Holt's Corner, the first right-hander. We're in car with Andy Rouse. Robb Gravetts ahead, and Tim Harvey passes up into second place. Now in car with John Llewellyn in the BMW, chasing Ian Forrest and Godfrey Hall. Out of Holt's Corner, through the Munro Kink. Godfrey Hall ahead, and there's somebody off. It's Mike Smith. And we've gone past James Weaver, who's stopped. And at Halford's Corner, it's Robb Gravetts leading, Harvey second, then Rouse, Bristow, Hodgetts, Walker, and Guy Edwards. Now looking back from race leader Gravetts Sierra. And there's Tim Harvey. Andy Rouse behind him. Down the Belgrave middle way at 145 miles an hour. The Mosque receding into the background. Right at Ferodo Corner. Third gear, 90 miles an hour. Out of Ferodo. Gravetts leads. Harvey behind us in second place. Then Andy Rouse, Bristow behind him. And Marnie nearly hits the barrier in the background. Up to the left-hander at Halford's elbow. Third gear, 85 miles an hour. Robb Gravetts leads. Tim Harvey behind him. There's Harvey making a challenge. Of the Cavendish Corner, first gear, 40 miles an hour, the slowest on the track. Robb Gravetts, Harvey, Rouse, Bristow. We're in car with Andy Rouse in third position, challenging alongside Harvey, through into second position. But Harvey's fighting back. He's got the nose of the Sierra ahead, and he holds the second place. Andy Rouse still third, Bristow in fourth position. Now we're with Rouse again, through the Munro Kink. There's only about 50 miles an hour, looks a lot quicker, but now building up to the fastest part of the course. There's Robb Gravetts, the leader, and his teammate Mike Smith is in the pits.
One of the gentlemen pushed me into the barrier. Just a big push on the back end and knocked me into the barrier. Just went round. It's done that, and it's done the front end of the car in as well. And the seat broke on impact.
And now let's see how James Weaver saw Mike's accident. And he sees Mike hit Gerrit van Kouwen Sierra and lose it. And Weaver loses 2 places, down to 4th in Class B. Past goes Godfrey Hall and John Llewellyn. And here's the BMW battle. Hall and Llewellyn leads Class B with Good behind him. Now there's Hall in the black BMW, Llewellyn, Weaver, Forrest. Frank Sittler, 11th place. Graham Good chasing him in the Sierra, 12th. And it's all go at the front. Gravetts, Harvey, Rouse, Bristow. There's Harvey. First at Thruxton, round the 180-degree, 50-mile-an-hour. Halford's corner, closing right up on us. Going through, is he? Is he? He's right up alongside. He's past us. Harvey goes into the lead, ahead of Robb Gravetts. What a fantastic passing manoeuvre, and into Ferodo corner, it's Harvey leading, and now there is Rouse. He's in third place, following us with Robb Gravetts. But Rouse is really forcing. You can see the Sierra going by. Is it past? There's Bristow in the background, in fourth position, and Rouse is through. It's Harvey leading, Rouse second, Bristow in fourth position, Gravetts is third, and behind them it's Chris Hodgetts in fifth place. Sean Walker is sixth, Guy Edwards is in seventh place, and they're coming through to complete a lap. In car with Laurence Bristow, fourth position, Robb Gravetts ahead, into the left-hander, and we've hit Gravetts. Gravetts hits the Armco, tyre smoke, he's fishtailing. Bristow goes through, up into third position, and that will not have done Robb Gravetts' Sierra any good at all. Now, let's have another look. There's Rouse. Gravetts, he's hit, he hits the Armco. Now, let's have a look at it from Gravetts' car point of view. There goes Bristow on the right. We've swung right out wide. There's Bristow again. We've hit the Armco, don't forget. And now Bristow goes through and Hodgetts closes right up. So now it's Harvey leading, Rouse second, Bristow third, Hodgetts is up into fourth place. There is Gravetts in fifth position, behind him Sean Walker and Guy Edwards. There's Gravetts. Walker, Guy Edwards out of Cavendish corner. Coming towards us, Robb Gravetts in a very bent Sierra. Looking back from Gravetts' car, that is Sean Walker from Elstree in sixth position. Ex-kart champion, ex-sports 2000 champion. He's challenging Gravetts, he's going for fifth position, and he takes fifth position. Can Gravetts fight back this time like he did before? And the answer is no. Sean Walker holds that fifth position. In car with James Weaver. Now he has got to win his class to retain the overall championship lead, and he's only fourth in his BMW. There is John Llewellyn, third in his class. And Weaver's got to get past him. He's got to get past Godfrey Hall. He has got to get past Frank Sittler to take the class lead in order to benefit his chances in the overall championship. 320 horsepower, left-hand drive, 6 speed, 150 miles an hour almost in parts in the BMW. And John Llewellyn is driving beautifully. He hasn't got the performance, but as I say that, Weaver goes through and Llewellyn keeps his place. Godfrey Hall in the black BMW in front of the white one through the Munro kick. Now Peter Marwell Hill, tremendously fast this, up to Halford's corner. And this could be James Weaver's chance. He's got the works engine, the ProDrive car. He should have more performance than Llewellyn. Into Halford's. Right down through the gearbox, tucked in tight to the Armco. Godfrey Hall in front. John Llewellyn in the white car. Through the Munro kink. Down the Belgrave bend in middle way, and through goes James Weaver. But it's all action at the front. There is Harvey, number 7, leading. Rouse behind him in second place. Bristow in third. Rocking on the softer suspension that they have to use for this bumpy street circuit. Harvey. Rouse going very wide. In car with Andy Rouse chasing Harvey in front, and immediately behind us is Laurence Bristow. Just watch the master at work. Watch his hands on the wheel. Watch the gear change. Harvey, Rouse, Bristow, and Andy Rouse keeps showing the nose of his Sierra to Tim Harvey to try and fluster him. But Tim's got a lot of experience. He'll be hard to fluster. Laurence Bristow is trying to do the same thing to Andy Rouse. 550 horsepower. That is not your average Sierra. It can do 180 miles an hour. Not here, but it can do. And Andy Rouse is going for it. Absolute precision. Feed in the power when he gets it straight. He's got the king to go through. Away. Tim Harvey gets the power down beautifully. They're closing up on a tail ender. This could change things if he gets in the way. You can see him getting closer and closer. And Rouse takes his opportunity. Look at Andy Rouse now. Can he dive through the middle? Tim Harvey, number 7, on the right. Rouse, they've both taken the tail ender. Now Laurence Bristow is going to do the same thing. Rouse attacks. One mistake by Tim Harvey and he will be through and into the lead. And Andy Rouse built Tim Harvey's Sierra and Laurence Bristow's car. He knows every millimetre of both of them and his own car. And don't forget, he can hardly see the track ahead. It's like following a tube of steel made of Armco. Absolutely together. Laurence Bristow biding his time. If either of them goes off, he'll benefit and go through. Now they're closing up on 2 tail enders. And one of them is John Morris's Golf Volkswagen. Harvey nearly touches the Armco. Rouse almost does the same thing. Look at the speed here. Just watch them absolutely gobble up that man. It's as though he's on the slow lane of the motorway. Now there's Morris. There's Morris in the black Volkswagen. Through goes Harvey. Through goes Bristow. Morris runs wide. Out of Halfords. This is absolutely superb motor racing at the limit, and Rouse is going for it now. He's up alongside Harvey. Bristow is still there behind, and he is certainly not having it all his own way like he did last year. And look how Tim Harvey uses all the track. He has to, and that's why it makes it so difficult to get past on this circuit. But they've got to get past Jeremy Rossiter's Vauxhall Astra. Is it going to be Rouse darting through? No. Tim Harvey right up alongside the Armco, and he nearly takes Rossiter with him, who's actually got the right indicator winking to say come through, and they both do it. Now, how much longer can Tim Harvey resist this incredible pressure from Andy Rouse when he's actually pulling away a bit there? Andy's got the experience. He's going for it again as they go through. And if Tim Harvey leaves any room anywhere, and he's doing it now, can Andy go past on the outside? No, he cannot. Because Harvey drifts right again, almost touches the Armco again, gets the power down in the right place again. But still Andy Rouse is coming back at him, and still Laurence Bristow is right there in the background. Sierra Cosworth, Sierra Cosworth, Sierra Cosworth is the order. Harvey, Rouse, Bristow, and Harvey's nearly lost it. And that's exactly what Gravetts did, and Andy Rouse takes his chance and goes through into the lead. And as he does that, Laurence Bristow closes right up on his teammate, and there's another Vauxhall Astra to get by. Now that must be Louise Aitken-Walker. They're coming right up to lap the Scottish girl now. There she is. Pulls right over to the right-hand side of the track. The blue flag waves. Rouse goes by. Harvey goes by. Bristow goes by. And now, with a clear track in front of him, it surely has to be Andy Rouse's race. But who is going to be in second place? Number 7, Tim Harvey, or his teammate? Number 6, Laurence Bristow. 1 win each to Harvey and Bristow. Every one of the other 9 rounds has been won by Robb Gravetts or Andy Rouse. 4 to each of them. And Robb Gravetts, the class leader, is down in 4th position at the moment. He's ahead now of Chris Hodgetts. But look at Harvey and Bristow. See, Bristow can come up alongside Harvey's rear wheel, but there is no way he's going to get past. Astra is leading Class B. He is ahead of his teammate, the overall 88 British champion, Frank Sittner, and that is John Clellan from Peebles leading Class C in his Vauxhall Astra. In car with last year's first round winner, Gerrit Marnie, and he is battling for 9th place with the man on the left. And the man on the left is Graham Good from Leicester. Tremendous amount of experience, Graham, 15 years. Escort, Capri, Nissan, Renault, Sierra, Porsche, he's driven them all. And this is Gerrit Marnie's 3rd year only, and he's hanging on. Graham Good in 9th position then, Gerrit Marnie in 10th place. Robb Gravetts, there he is in a very tattered Sierra, is in 4th position ahead of Chris Hodgetts. But Chris Hodgetts, the ex-British champion for Toyota, is not giving Robb a moment's peace. Look at him, right up alongside. And Robb must be having traction problems in that car. Surely the suspension cannot be all right after that tremendous thump into the Armco. But he stays ahead of Chris Hodgetts. Just, and that is Chris Hodgetts in the background. We're looking back now from the camera on Robb Gravetts' car. Hodgetts going through. He's right up alongside. He's going to get ahead of Robb Gravetts. No, he's not. Comes back into our view again. And the grimly determined Chris Hodgetts shows us his headlamps. Very close indeed. There they are. Here today, but is he going to be in 4th place even? There's Hodgetts fighting again, and he's locked right out. And that will not have done his tyres any good at all. Almost at the end of the lap, 4th and 5th positions, Robb Gravetts, Chris Hodgetts, and ahead of them, a man who looks certain to win this race. There he goes. There's his board, Andy Rouse. 1 lap to go, and he's leading by 7 seconds. Now, Andy Rouse is going to win this race, and that I have no doubt. We are going to stay with these two being Tim Harvey and Laurence Bristow. We're riding with Bristow because the question is not who is going to win, but who is going to be second. Absolutely no quarter being asked or given between these two teammates. Harvey's got the edge here. Their cars have got absolutely identical performance. As I said earlier on, Andy Rouse built them. He built them to go and to stop and to steer exactly the same as each other. And these two teammates are perfectly matched. The last lap. So it's now or never for Laurence Bristow. Closing, Bristow challenging, Bristow trying to go through, Bristow failing. That's Ferodo. Now down to Alfred's elbow. And Bristow comes again. Laurence is absolutely on the edge of it. Is Tim Harvey. Up to the front wheel, but Harvey gets his foot down, goes through. The Astra's in front of him. Can he get past that? And there's the checkered flag. Harvey finishes in 2nd place. Bristow finishes in 3rd place, but Andy Rouse has won. Takes his 5th win of the season from 11 races. A typically superb drive. Calm, smooth, never a wheel wrong, and the fastest lap at over 92 miles an hour.
So Rouse from the 2 Labatt's cars, just as in the last round at Brands Hatch. Chris Hodgetts finished ahead of the troubled Robb Gravetts, with Gerrit van Kouwen 6th. A Rouse victory then in what many people feel is a championship race second only in importance to the Grand Prix round. Rouse won that as well in emphatic style, But after that victory, the RAC scrutineers found what they claimed to be irregularities in the engine of the Rouse Sierra. So Rouse was docked the points not only for Silverstone, but the subsequent Brands Hatch win, plus a further 18 penalty points, a decision against which Rouse is mounting a vigorous appeal. But in the meantime, it drops him out of contention in the Class A Championship and hands Robb Gravetts a lead of 23 points over Tim Harvey. Class B victory for James Weaver in the BMW keeps him 2 points ahead in the overall championship. That after surviving the first lap problems that befell those in front. Weaver no doubt relieved to be in the calmer action of Class B, having been perfectly placed to see how they behave in Class A.
Mike Smith had his normal accident at the start of the race, that sort of slowed proceedings down a bit. Jerry Marnie and him were banging wheels. I don't know what they thought was going to happen, but I think what happened was due to happen. I don't know what the guys think, they just keep crashing into each other until one of them goes off, which seems a bit senseless to me, really.
Weaver must hope that Cleland goes off soon. He won Class C again in the Vauxhall Astra and is still only 2 points behind. Jeff Kimber-Smith won Class D in the Toyota, inheriting the win when Phil Dowsett and Ray Arms took each other off while contesting the lead in the 1600cc class. But in the overall championship, it's Cleland in perhaps the strongest position, because at the end of the season, they have to drop points, and Cleland would give Brabham